Good morning. Why is UKIP fake? What is it offering you that the government cannot do for you? Particularly the Labour government. It accuses the Labour government of betraying the working class people. That is categorically false and contrived and manufactured by Paul Nuttall and his previous leader, Nigel Farage. I'd like to share with you why. They have said migrants are an issue in terms of immigration. I agree with you. It is an issue and we need to deal with it. But will UKIP solve that problem? Most people will know that it's not true. They can't. Nigel Farage, after UKIP and Brexit, has left. He himself is doing okay. He himself wanted to be the ambassador for the UK to the United States of America. It's okay to deliver things, but one needs a history. Labour has been delivering for you for over 110 years. When it started out for the working people, it worked at a ground level with the working class people. It worked with the union movements, the Cooperative Party. There's imprints everywhere you look. Whether you look at the working rights, votes for women, the NHS, the welfare state, the minimum wage, the NHS, the Sure Start centres, education by Tony Blair in the investment that took place, and the modernisation of our healthcare system. Now Farage, Nuttall and his like are self-centred and have told us what we want to hear as a population. Immigration is a massive issue that a lot of politicians cannot grasp. They are starting to take that on board, and within the Labour Party there is an admittance that immigration needs to be addressed. How can we do that? I will come back to that. But is Paul Nuttall and UKIP fake? I categorically say to you, yes. Let me focus on Paul Nuttall. He became a lecturer in conservatism, or history of conservatism in Liverpool. He then became a lecturer. But from doing that, I'm asking the population of the Northwest, what has Paul Nuttall done for the working people, those who are unemployed, those who are poor, those who are struggling? His case record should illustrate all this. If you compare him with his compatriot like Theresa Griffin in the Northwest, Afzal Khan, how much has he done? What has he done? The money that he gets is quite substantial from the European Parliament. So to the people of Stoke-on-Trent, he's saying that Labour has left you. Labour has not left you. The infrastructure as a whole has changed such that it has been an unimaginable change for everybody. And I categorically say that immigration hasn't helped that. It has taken the landscape so quickly and transformed it so quickly that people feel left behind. Charity begins at home. I categorically believe in that. I was a migrant myself. I grew up in the UK without any parents, but with the love of people from all sections of the community. White, black. And that is why I'm saying to you that there are imprints. Whatever one wants to do, whatever one wants to go where, they have at some stage have got to show that empathy, compassion and a track record that they mean what they say. What has Paul Nuttall done for you? Or anybody else? And I say to Stoke-on-Trent, join in large numbers within the Labour Party or any other party that you support. That is the way you're going to change the mechanism of politics. Why am I saying that to you? Because because I know the journey that I have made. If there were more people who I speak to, come into contact with, there would be radical difference in the choices of the candidates the parties present to you and us in the community. The real power is within the mechanism of the party. Irrespective of your views, I would urge you to join all political parties. My plea is to the compassionate, the caring, and also those who care for their own communities and their well-beings and their families. The NHS will not be here if we allow the likes of Nuttall and May to continue to radically change our infrastructure. We can't do that. Once it's gone, it will go forever. It has already been transformed. We have a lot of agency workers filling permanent workers' posts. Education is letting people down. But we know what works, and we can make it work. I have a lot of respect for people like Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, Donald Dewar. Tony Blair has made mistakes. The biggest mistake, I will say, regrettably, is the Middle East. But let me put that to a side, and I'll come back to that in another presentation. But education, education, education. I remember going to school where the school roofs were leaking, where the doctor's surgery didn't have seating areas or appointments that you could get hold of. The doctor's chambers were in dilapidated state. The hospitals were in poor condition. All that has been transformed as a result of the investment made by the new Labour government. That is now changing too. So we're giving those who least care for us to give us words which are coated in sugar. It may taste nice. It may feel nice. It may even sound nice. But they're letting us down. People, ask Paul Nuttall, what have you done for the working people and who are disadvantaged? What have you set up? What working groups do you have? What templates do you have? What solutions do you have? What do you think about the apprenticeship scheme? How would you improve it? How would you empower the young people of today? How would you make society stronger? There are more ways of doing it, but you're better off with voting Labour. But challenge, join in large numbers, and do your research, please. Do your research as to who has done what for society. I might even say to you, I would prefer to be with a Tory than a UKIP. But that is categorically wrong too. And I'm talking from experience. They will tell you what you really want to hear. But the mechanism and the process that takes place afterwards, once they got that, it won't happen. There will not be a shared society. There will be substantially left behind society. There will not be a big society. There will be an empty society, a divided society. And I urge Stoke-on-Trent and people everywhere else, do a little bit of research on all your candidates for UKIP. I'm saying to you categorically, UKIP is fake. And they're manipulating a situation, taking advantage of our emotions, our feelings, and our disorientation to look after themselves. You take care. And I hope to discuss and debate with Paul Nuttall anytime, anywhere in the country. Thank you for listening.